Okay students, in today's video we are going to discuss diversity in living world. In previous videos we have discussed what is living, that is part 1 of your unit number 1, okay, under which we have discussed certain characteristic which makes us different from non-living ones, right? And 4 which is given in your NCERT are your growth, then is your reproduction, then is your metabolism, and fourth one is your consciousness. Okay, out of this 4, once again I am recalling you, 2 are defining features. कौन है defining feature of living organism? Yes, nothing but your metabolism and consciousness. But if you are talking about non-defining features, that are your growth and reproduction. Why? Because they have certain exceptional cases. Okay, so this we have discussed about first part of unit number 1, that is what is living. Now we are going to start with your second part, that is diversity in living world. Okay, now we very well know that when we look around, right, we find many species surrounded by us, ranging from potted plants. आपके घर में गार्डन होगा? Yes. Gardens में आपने कई तरह के plants उगाए होंगे? Yes or no? Yes. So if you are talking about potted plants, if you see certain animals like street animals, we are going to see are your cow, dog, cat and many more. We also see certain insects surrounding us. Okay. So when we look around, we see number of organisms, and all this organism represents species. ये सारे organism क्या represent करते हैं बेटा? Species. Say for example, we are talking about human beings, right? The human beings, humans constitutes one species. If I am talking about dog, then dog constitutes your another species. Likewise, different organisms constitute different species, and so far number of species identified and described till date is found to be 1.7 to 1.8 million. Okay, this is very important for your NEET, for your MCQ purpose. ये पूछा जा चुका है. Okay, so if you are talking about number of species which are described, which are identified till date, that is 1.7 to 1.8 million, and this refers to as biodiversity. Bio का मतलब होता है living, and diversity simply implies diverse group of species, diverse group of organisms surrounding us. So simple as that. Otherwise, see, look what I have written. Or the number and type of organism present on earth all together constitutes your biodiversity. Once again, what is biodiversity? What is biodiversity? Here I have written, okay, the number of species that are known and described range between 1.7 to 1.8 million, and this refers to as biodiversity. Okay, we should also remember that if you are exploring certain new areas or even old areas, new species are continuously being identified and added to this list. But this is given in our NCERT, तो ये नंबर आपको याद रखना है, that is 1.7 to 1.8 million. As I told you people that there are millions of plant and animal species, and we know each of these plants and animals by their local name. Okay, most important thing, and this local name may vary place to place within same country also. Okay, हम सभी plants और animals को उनके local name से जानते हैं, and this local name varies from place to place. Now, due to this reason, there must be a system that standardize the naming system in such a way that एक particular organism का name same हो all over the world. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? The name must be universal. Only one name is assigned to one particular organism. Okay, and this process is called as nomenclature. ये process को क्या कहा जाता है? Nomenclature. Simple as that. The naming system The process of giving name to organism is called as nomenclature. So let's look what we have written here. We know plants and animals by their local name. Okay. This local name vary from place to place, even within a country. Most important is this. Now, so there is need to standardize the naming of living organism such that a particular organism is known by same name all over the world, and this process is called as nomenclature. Simple as that. To standardize name of organism which remains same all over the world, process is called as nomenclature. Naming system is nothing but your nomenclature. Okay, now if you are talking about nomenclature, right, the system of naming, this is only possible if we describe organisms correctly, and we should know what name must be attached to what organism. This is called as your identification. आप नेम ऐसे ही नहीं दे सकते. First you need to identify organism, okay, then you have to name it. Once again, what we have written here, nomenclature is only possible when the organism is described correctly. Organism का description proper होना चाहिए. When organism is described correctly, and we should know to what organism the name is attached, and this process is called as your identification. So सबसे पहले क्या आएगा आपका identification. Identify करो organism को, followed by which you are going to give name to organism. Okay, now for this there are number of scientists who have established some standardized method, and this method of assigning name is acceptable to all biologists present in the world. Okay, so what we have written, in order to facilitate the study, number of scientists have established procedures to assign scientific name to each known organism, and this is acceptable to biologists all over the world. Okay, so हमने पढ़ा nomenclature. What is nomenclature? It is nothing but naming system. Name आप कब दे सकते हो? When you describe organism correctly. आपको पता होना चाहिए कि ये organism को ये name देना है. For this, our scientists have designed some standard procedures for giving scientific name, and this is acceptable by all biologists present all over the world. Okay, so if you are talking about plants, so the scientific name of plants are given according to standardized criteria given by ICBN. These are the international codes meant for assigning scientific name to different organisms. So here one by one we are going to discuss. If we are talking about plants, for plants we are having a code called as International Code of Botanical Garden. Abbreviations you have to remember, that is your ICBN. This comes from I, this is C, this is B, and this is N. Simple as that. So ICBN stands for International Code of Botanical Nomenclature, which is meant to assign names to plants based on agreed principles and criteria. Similarly, if we are talking about animals, तो animal के लिए कौन सी committee है? That is ICZN, International Code of Zoological Nomenclature, or you can also say International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. Once again, in some book यहाँ पे of की जगह FOR दिया होगा, one and the same. Okay, so it can be International Code of Zoological Nomenclature, or it may be International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. So this assigns name to animals. Now if you are talking about bacteria, right, now you can make by your own. That is International Code of Bacteriological Nomenclatures, ICBN. to avoid confusion for plants and your bacteria, here we are going to write BAC, bac. It stands for bacteria. It stands for your bacteria. Okay. So for bacteria, IC back N, that is International Code of Bacteriological Nomenclature. Similarly, if you are talking about your virus, उसके लिए we are having International Code of Viral Nomenclature. International Code of for viral nomenclature. And last, if we are talking about cultivated plants, the plants which are cultivating, उसके लिए we are having International Code of Nomenclature for Cultivated Plants. Abbreviation क्या है? ICNCP, International Code of Nomenclature for Cultivated Plants. Okay, so these are certain codes which are designed to give scientific name to specific class of organisms, to avoid errors, to avoid duplications, to avoid any confusion. Okay, now if you are talking about nomenclature, there are various methods by which we can assign name to an organism. One such earlier nomenclature system, okay, that is your polynomial nomenclature. As the name suggests, polynomial in the sense it is having many words to describe one particular organism. So look what I have written. Polynomial nomenclature includes string of descriptive Latin words, okay, many Latin words to describe particular species, okay, but this polynomial nomenclature is very difficult to memorize, so nowadays we are not using this nomenclature. Second, if we are talking about, that is our trinomial nomenclature. As the name suggests, trinomial in the sense this includes three components. It includes three components. Now this is our Mayer, scientist, okay. Mayer introduced concept of subspecies, which is to be mentioned in scientific name. Example, you are familiar with Homo sapiens sapiens. This is scientific name of human being. Yes or no? Yes. And I guess you people are aware of binomial nomenclature. इसके बाद we are going to study that only. Binomial nomenclature, which was given by Carolus Linnaeus, widely accepted method of nomenclature. Binomial is equal to, it includes two name. Okay, so if you are talking about this, तो Homo represents genus. ये क्या represent करता है? Genus. If you are talking about sapien, sapien indicates your species. And who introduced the concept of subspecies? Our Mayer. So particular organism is described by 1, 2 and 3 components, that is your genus, your species and your subspecies. So this is your trinomial nomenclature, but our biologists again do not accept this method. So widely used method for naming organism is binomial nomenclature. Okay, so third type of our nomenclature system is binomial nomenclature, and this system of giving scientific name is very common and nowadays it is an established practice. Now let's discuss this. If you are talking about this binomial nomenclature, this was given by Swedish naturalist Carolus Linnaeus. Okay, who was Carolus Linnaeus? Carolus Linnaeus was Swedish naturalist. Okay, he published this. He gave this binomial nomenclature in his book called Philosophia Botanica, which was in 1751. Okay, किसमें उन्होंने मेंशन करा था ये? In his book Philosophia Botanica in 1751. Now, if we are focusing on binomial nomenclature, as the name suggests, one particular organism is assigned, is given to as the name suggests, binomial. Bi का मतलब होता है दो. Okay, so if you are saying, if you are talking about some organism, then name of this organism is composed of two words. First word is of your genus and second word is of your species. Okay, so according to your binomial nomenclature, name of organism is composed of two, yes, this is very important, two Latin word. First word is nothing but it represents genus, otherwise called as generic name, otherwise called as generic epithet, one and the same. So here is your genus, generic name or generic epithet. And if you're talking about second word, this word represents species. Okay, species bolo, specific name bolo or specific epithet, one and the same. One example I have written of our sugar cane. Okay, of our sugar cane. What is the scientific name of sugar? Sugar cane, sorry. Having two components, right? This is the first one and this is the second one. First word represents your genus, that is Saccharum. Saccharum. क्या है बेटा? Its first word, it represents genus name, generic name. If you are talking about your second one, second word, that is Officinarum. Second word is Officinarum, जो क्या represent करती है? Species of sugar cane. So this is your generic epithet and this is your specific epithet and this is scientific name according to binomial nomenclature given to sugar cane. So क्या हो गया sugar cane का scientific name? Saccharum, Officinarum. Saccharum is equal to genus, Officinarum is equal to your species. So this is your binomial nomenclature is. Okay, binomial nomenclature, first one is of your genus, second one word is of your species. But in certain cases, in certain exceptional cases, the generic name and specific name remains same and that case is called as your tautonyms. So look what I have written. Very rarely the generic and specific names are same. Okay, they are called tautonyms. Some of the example I have written. Again, tautonym is very important for your NEET examination. Okay, one is your Naja Naja. It is nothing but your Indian cobra. Then is your Rattus Rattus, and one more I have written is of your Gorilla Gorilla. Okay, so in certain cases, your generic name and specific names are same. And these are called as your tautonyms. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, now let us discuss rules of writing this binomial nomenclature. We very well know that it is having two words, but we need to understand certain rules. Okay, rule number one, what I have written, these biological names are generally Latin and are written in italics. Okay, biological names are generally Latin and written in italics. We very well know that first word represents your genus and your second word represents your species, or it is your specific epithet, or it is your specific name, one and the same. Now third rule is both the words when hand written, okay, अगर आप हाथ से लिख रहे हो, right, तो these two words must be separately underlined, and if it is printed in, it should be in italics to indicate their Latin origin. This is an important rule. Okay, once again, both the words when handwritten are separately underlined. यहाँ पे आप लिख देना separately underlined over here, or printed in italics. The purpose is to indicate their Latin origin. Okay, your fourth point, your genus name starts with your capital letter, and if you are talking about your specific epithet, starts with your small letter. Okay, so these are the general rules आपको जो याद रखना है वो ये है, बिकॉज वी आर राइटिंग साइंटिफिक नेम बाय अवर हैंड्स, राइट? सो टू वर्ड्स मस्ट बी सेपरेटली अंडरलाइन. ओके, नाउ इन सर्टेन साइंटिफिक नेम वी असाइन नेम ऑफ ऑथर ऑल्सो. ओके, in that case the name of author must be abbreviated, मतलब आपको शॉर्ट में लिखना है, that too after the name of species, after the name of species. And such scientific name which have name of author after your species represents your complete scientific name. Okay, उसको क्या कहलाता है? Complete scientific name. If I want to give one example, in your NCERT book it is given of your mango. The scientific name of mango is Mangifera indica. Mangifera indicates your genus. ओके, इंडिका इंडिकेट्स योर स्पीशीज. उसके बाद मैंने आपको क्या बोला लिखने के लिए? नेम ऑफ ऑथर. द नेम ऑफ ऑथर इज लीनियस एंड इट इज एब्रिविएटेड एज लिन, LINN. So such scientific name is called as your complete scientific name who have name of author after second word, that is after specific name. तो ये क्या हो गया बेटा जी आपका binomial nomenclature, which is widely accepted one. So in this lecture what we have understood, starting from first we have understood biodiversity, we have understood nomenclature, we have understood identification, then several codes we have understood like your ICGN, ICBN, ICBEC and ICVN, and last one is for your cultivated plants. Then we move on to your nomenclature system, polynomial nomenclature, trinomial nomenclature and your binomial nomenclature. We have discussed this in detail. Lastly we have understood the rules. आपको क्या याद रखना है? If it is written by our hand, two words must be separately underlined, and the scientific name who have name of author after second word, that is after species, is your complete scientific name. Example of your mango, that is your Mangifera indica, Linn. Thank you.